Oh my god.
It's weird. It looks like
I see someone on the tree. I see
it
someone
looks
on the
like a
tree.
part alien.
Today, we'll show you human-faced lambs, Cyclops sharks, twin-faced fish, and many more creepy creatures you won't believe are real. Cyclops albino shark. A fishing crew caught a dusky baby shark on the coast of Baja California Sur, Mexico. But when they brought it to the shore, it was not only albino, and it had one large eye centered on its face. And the video went viral. It was monikered the Cyclops shark, and the mythical skeptics were ecstatic. But I wasn't convinced. Until the experts stepped in. The scientists confirmed that this cyclopean specimen was legitimate, and that it was suffering from optical tissue dysfunction, and that if given proper care, it wouldn't have survived in the wild. But until now, there have been no survivors, and the animals with this condition often result in miscarriage in sharks. And those that survive to birth typically die within a day. Weirdest lemur. Wait a minute. Is it a bird, or is it a colugo?
It's a fucking bat! It's got to...
Well, it's definitely hard to tell. And the sound it makes? Ugh, gosh, it's horrible. Even the guy who recorded the video had trouble figuring out what this creature was. So he uploaded the clip, hoping to figure out more about it. And it turns out, our guess was right. It was a flying colugo called lemur. The poor thing was stuck and injured, which is why they were screaming. And the smart guy recording the video is shouting with the same intensity, terrifying the animal more.
It's alive! No! Call him!
Come on, man up. You're acting like a baby. Snake with 4 legs. A man brought an unusual reptile to CICHLID Temple in Vietnam. At first, he thought it was a snake, but was surprised when he noticed its legs. The animal was over 30 centimeters in length, had very short legs, was striped with scaled skin like a snake, and had a thumbnail-sized head. Although some may think it's a monster, the Vietnamese believed it brought good luck to the village, like the little dragon from Mulan. The temple took it in during Buddhist Lent because most people in the village believe it to be like a naga, an ancient night elf by the old gods. Dragon or snake, whatever it is definitely adorable. Gollum creature. An early morning routine of facility workers turned into a rather shocking incident when they encountered a strange-looking animal. The creature, though bizarre, was having trouble even moving. It was clearly in distress. They were all astounded, as none of them had ever seen such a thing. But it passed out after struggling to run. And when they got closer to it, they noticed sharp claws, which made them believe it could be a rare species of bear, or some other unidentified wild creature. However, when he regained consciousness, he was forced to go back into the jungle, and the workers did not inform the authorities about the incident. Still, no one has concluded what it was, and it was never, ever seen again. Monkey pig. Well, I think China and deformed animals go hand in hand. Or maybe China is doing this on purpose. Because here is another bizarre animal from there again. And this time, it's a pig. So while all the other little piggies will be going to market, this little piggy will stay home, for fear that nobody will buy a walking bacon sandwich with the face of a monkey. Okay, I know we went a little far there, but these animals kind of had it coming. And the whole world is amazing and freaked out at the same time by the sight of this weird-looking piglet with 2 thin lips, a small nose, and 2 large eyes. And with 4 legs shorter than its rear legs, the poor little swine hops rather than trots. This snoutless, porky face is truly one only Mother Nature could love. 2-legged lamb. Here is an amazing resident from the local town of China who will change your way of looking at life. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but this lamb was born without hind legs. But she has learned to walk on her 2 forelegs. I mean, that's all she's got. The owner of the lamb claimed the tenacious lamb was able to stand on its own 2 legs the day after she was born. And later, it acquired walking ability in about a week. Local veterinarians speculated that the mother goat may have been injured in the abdomen, possibly during a fight with other goats before the baby was born. Clyde the Cyclops. A pet owner from Bengal uploaded a video on YouTube of his newborn kitten, and it went viral because this cat was unique. It had a single large eye in the center of its face. It was born in a cat litter with 2 other kittens, and he was named Clyde the Cyclops. The vets had delivered the Cyclops kitten via C-section, but sadly, it died soon after birth. His 2 sisters, however, are reportedly in good health. The video of the rare event has touched many cat lovers. This post has already accumulated millions of hits over the past few years. Hybrid mix. A farmer was horrified after one of her goats gave birth to an unusual creature, which is assumed to be a hybrid of a pig-human goat, and it's uglier than ugly. The bizarre creature even sparked shrieks of horror around the whole town. When it emerged, the small, furless animal was much larger than its sibling and had shiny, pale pink skin, trotters like a pig, and even had a navel, just like a tiny human. Its mother goat died after giving birth, sparking fears that the creature was a cursed, mutant devil that had brought bad luck. Experts believe the goat suffered from a genetic mutation in the womb. It is also possible that the mother contracted a disease called Rift Valley fever from mosquito bites, and this caused the impaired development of the infant. Glowing axolotls. Could glowing salamanders hold the key to long-standing evolutionary questions? In recent years, axolotls, a species of salamander from Mexico, have gained a large global fan base, and it's easy to see why. Some might say that it's because of their cute, smiley faces, feathery external gills, colorful morphs, or amazing ability to regenerate body parts. However, these unusual physical features are not why these things are becoming famous, but the most surprising perhaps being that axolotls can glow in the dark. It turns out that they possess a gene that causes the synthesis of a special type of protein that glows in the dark when exposed to UV light. So we can say that you can simply keep your axolotl to ensure that you are comfortable at dark times. Get it? Because it glows. Alright, fine. It sounded funnier in my head. Two-headed cow. A farmer from India uploaded a video of an unusual calf born with 2 heads and 3 eyes. And life was not easy for this deformed animal, as the cow was not able to feed the baby calf. So the farmer's family had to purchase milk from outside and feed it. People flocked to see the calf, as expected, and it quickly became the center of attention. People had also started worshipping the animal as an avatar of a goddess. But it even has quite a rational explanation for it being this way. As veterinary doctors, such a thing happens due to abnormal development of cells during the development of the embryo. The calf did not survive because of its mutation, as it died a few weeks after its birth. Human-faced lamb. A video from the Russian village of Chirka stirred quite a fuss on the internet. It appears that a sheep there gave birth to a lamb with a human face, and the neighbors refer to it as the, quote, angry old man with a big nose, which is sort of accurate if you look at the lamb yourself. A farm owner could not believe his eyes when he first laid eyes on it, and he could not make sense of why this sort of baby could be born to a normal couple of sheep. According to the local vet, the deformity was caused by an overdose of vitamin A that the farmer gave to the mother. The lamb has become quite the celebrity of the village. The local circus even offered 10 times the normal price for it. Strange cow with 6 legs. A 6-legged cow has defied the odds by thriving despite a vet's prediction at birth that it wouldn't survive. She is now a celebrity in her home country, thanks to videos of the cow on the local farm frolicking across the internet. She has continued to bring such enthusiasm to the community, as the animal is so full of life. She may never become a normal milk cow, but if she remains healthy, she can even live a normal life like any other cow, and could even someday graze in the pastures in summer. And her health is working just about right so far, as the cow is growing normally despite the raised legs. The owner decided to keep and raise the strange cow because he thought it could bring good luck. Every day, a lot of people come to see and touch the legs of this strange cow. Usually, white-colored animals are making headlines a lot lately, and from what it looks like, Australia has been hit once again with yet another rare sighting of an all-white animal. This time, a small albino turtle found when it had just hatched. It has been given the name Albie, and is just one of the 122 hatchlings that were born recently on the beach. The all-white green sea turtle suffers from albinism, a defect of the skin pigment that causes a white coloration, because the pigment is unable to produce any or enough melanin. It's different from sharks and giraffes because they suffer from a similar disorder called leucism, and because of this deformity, this little guy managed to make it on our list. Two-headed snapping turtle. An owner of the turtle farm had been left in shock after a two-headed turtle was born at his palace, as he claimed to have bred more than 30 million turtles, but says it is the first time he has ever seen one with two heads. Despite its abnormal appearance, the turtle can move around freely, and both heads are said to have a healthy appetite. The discovery was a huge surprise, and it's a rare event not seen before. It's typical for just 1 out of 1,000 sea turtles to successfully survive to maturity, and with this disorder, not only is the condition going to make life rough because of sunlight exposure, but the sea turtle's bright color also makes it a prime target for predators. So, good luck to this tiny guy. Frank and Louie. Here is another feline that will melt your heart. This genus cat was called Frank and Louie, and it was born with two nearly separate faces due to a very rare congenital condition known as diprosopia. It shared two functioning eyes, a central blind eye, two noses, two mouths, and one brain. Genus cats rarely survive more than a day following their birth. Since its first appearance in the Guinness World Records book in 2006, Frank and Louie became unlikely media stars, appearing in online news videos. Sadly, at the respectable age of 15, Frank and Louie fell ill and were euthanized after suffering from what veterinarians suspected was really bad cancer, and it passed away, leaving living fans heartbroken. OCTOGOAT. A Croatian goat gave birth to a kid that also had both male and female reproductive organs. Yeah, I know. It's kind of the best of both worlds right there for the goat. And that's not all. It had 8 legs, and they had been calling it the OCTOGOAT. This little nugget is a miracle of nature, but when the owner of the farm broke the news, nobody believed him, until they looked at it with their own eyes. But veterinarians have said it is unlikely that the poor thing will survive, and even if he did, it would only be for 2 to 3 years. Stumpy the duck. Here is another cuddle that will give you a sugar rush. A young duck named Stumpy was born with 4 legs. And what caused this unusual phenomenon? Well, to find its answer, scientists from the University of Chicago studied the blood taken from the 2.5-year-old duck, and the results of the test baffled them, as they could not get anywhere close to the conclusion, and it would take them a whole year to identify the gene that causes this genetic mutation. While the life of Stumpy was confined because his back legs were in danger of getting caught in brambles, and after catching one of his extra limbs in a pen, he was down to only 3 legs. See-through frog. Well, here goes a glass frog that is not a wonder of genetic mutation, but more like a wonder of a genetic gift. Yes, frogs have a kind of skin through which you can see their insides. But have you ever seen a creature that is this transparent? Of course not, because these beauties are found in the rainforests of Central and South America, and it's very unlikely you will come across them in your backyard like the normal ones. The translucent skin makes their insides visible to the spectator, giving a full view of their intestines, lungs, and sometimes even their beating heart. And it serves as a powerful defense mechanism. From its odd camouflage technique to its unique everyday behaviors, this partially transparent frog is truly something to behold. Blood parrot cichlid. Okay, it's called a parrot, but it's a fish. And why is that? Well, we have no idea. All we know is that they are fish hybrids that are loved by fish enthusiasts all over the world. I think that these bubbas would make a good addition to the aquarium. So, where were we? Oh, right. It is a hybrid, but of which species is the tricky part. Notable controversy exists around that idea, but it is said that they are possibly produced by crossing the Midas cichlid and the golden severum cichlid. Well, this genetic mixture has left it with a combination of physical traits that compromise the fish's ability to thrive, and some believe it should not be bred, and have gone so far as to boycott it. Pygmy jerboa. People are usually adverse to rodents or find them disgusting, but check out this one. Meet Pygmy jerboa, the only rodent you will find cute. This little cotton ball-like creature has adorable long ears. A small frame of 1.7 inches makes this rodent quite an interesting creature. Jerboas are typically found in northern Africa and parts of Asia's hopping deserts. It moves around like a little wind-up toy and can easily pass off as mini kangaroos. It has long hind legs and shorter front ones. People usually love their short faces and big eyes because they resemble human babies. They are also called the dwarf three-toed jerboa. Winged cat. Like people weren't obsessed enough with cats enough that these guys had to kick. Yep, I'm talking about winged cats. Around 200 of them have been found across the world, presenting bone sprouts that resemble wings. Although these cats can't fly, their wings make them become living examples of mythological fantasy. The wings are caused by a weird genetic mutation. Therefore, it can be said that, even when it comes to defects, cats are nice and fussy. Today's open discussion points towards a hybrid creature gone bad. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this, and trust me, you never will. According to what we've heard, scientists were mingling with DNA of a sphinx cat and a pig, which clearly did not work, and they ended up creating this dead thing with a bloated hairless body and a head that almost looked human, which is certainly terrifying. Goat monster. When I first saw this video, I thought it was some kind of a goat-dinosaur hybrid, or that the whole thing was a hoax. But it turns out that it is very real, and is an example of bizarre breeding. The enlarged headed goat, dwarfing fellow creatures, is called the Damascus goat. It originated from Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and Cyprus, and it has been bred for years for its milk, meat, and hides. Damascus goats no doubt have weird-looking faces and their skin flaps below their mouths, but surprisingly, they have a normal-shaped head when they are young. But as they grow older, they turn into the bulldogs of goats. So, do you think the Damascus goat is ugly or not? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.